I have learned from a young age how difficult life can seem. It is hard to express the appreciation and gratitude I have for the support and example my parents have set for me. My father used baseball to teach me lessons that would become useful through maybe one of the most confusing stages of my life. He showed me how life can run parallel with bad calls in the field, never-ending slumps, and the disadvantage that comes with my height at 5'3". It has become clear that hard work and dedication fabricate success in the sport of baseball and in the struggle to reach my life goals. My dad first encouraged me to play baseball when I was 6 years old. It began as just a sport meant to keep me out of trouble, but the baseball diamond soon turned into a classroom, and the subject was life. The first obstacle I collided with in baseball came in the form of a physical disadvantage. My below-average height made it necessary to do everything the correct way in order to compete with the natural abilities other kids had simply with their size. Even with my constant fight for perfection, it seemed that reality would beat me down. The other kids threw harder, hit the ball farther, and did it all effortlessly. When my confidence was at its lowest, my dad's words seemed to pierce deepest into my mind. He once explained, "It's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog." I do my best to live by these words. I never give up, and I leave my heart and soul out in the field day in and day out. But what is all this hard work really for? Is it because I will succeed if I work hard? In a sport where you fail 2/3 of the time, it's hard to accept this as a reality. It was the bottom of the 6th inning and my team was losing by 1 point. We had the bases loaded with 2 outs and I had the nerve-wracking job of bringing my teammates in to win the game. At the age of 9, this seemed like the most important moment of my life. If we win, then we advance to the playoffs and I would become the hero that saved the day. All of my time, hard work, and dedication was about to pay off. I walked towards home plate and got my signs from the third base coach. He touched the rim of his hat, his elbow, his hand, and then the top of his hat in that order. The sign simply meant to swing away, but my task on the other hand wasn't so simple. I stepped into the batter's box, my heart beating 100 miles per hour. After a deep breath, I got into my batting position. My dad's words repeated in my head. Look for your pitch. Be aggressive. Yes, 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 no. And time slowed as the pitch came flying down the center of the plate. I did everything right, kept my head down and pushed my hands to the zone, and the ball whipped off the bat into the air. I turned to run, filled with excitement, my victory dance already pictured in my head. But as I looked up, I watched the left fielder take 2 steps back and catch the ball. We lost. It hurt. I cried, and ultimately I failed. Not until later did I realize that I was successful. Even after working hard and doing everything right, nothing can guarantee I get that hit, or reach any of my goals for that matter. This formed a mentality that strengthened me as a student of life. I learned that success is performing everything to the best of my abilities, not necessarily meeting every one of my many goals. In baseball terms, it is leaving everything out in the field, and in life, it is simply having no regrets. Baseball has been intertwined with my beliefs and a source of my ambition since the moment I set foot on the baseball field. Personally, I learned much more than a sport these past 12 years. A burning drive for success has been instilled into my blood. The only failure I know is the failure to do my best.